Okay, this is part one on working on the new Sears tractors that I just bought. So I did a few things to the one already. Some of you will like it, some of you probably won't. So nothing on the tractor is modified. I just stuck some gigantic tires on front and back. And I raised the fenders up and put a little support in the middle. I think it looks kind of cool. One thing I just realized when I walked out here now is this tire actually goes flat on this side, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. So yeah, another thing I did is I changed out the transmission on it. So it now has, of course that side's blocked off so you can't see it. Here we go. It has one of the newer transmissions with the spline shaft and heavier duty differential. So I figured, well, with these gigantic tires, you're gonna need a little bit better transmission. And the other one, someone else had already stripped out the differential on it. And I just got done actually rebuilding that when I turned the camera on and came out here. It's got just a piece of angle iron for a tie rod. It's going to get this steering wheel here on it, just so it's something a little bit bigger. Make it a little bit easier to turn since it's a bigger tractor. So the gas one, that has more power. So yeah, I'm going to get my forklift out, get the hydro, bring it inside, and see what's gonna go on to make it go, actually get it running. Okay, so I got the hydro inside, got the hood and a bunch of other things already taken off, and I've got an electrical problem. No surprise really. So I just kind of bypassed the wiring with the ignition coil, hooked that directly to the battery, and then I just hooked the ground to the muffler. And it turns over, but kind of, I guess it goes this way, kind of like it hits compression and then slowly kind of does that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this battery tray, gas tank, that kind of stuff out, see if I can get right to the actual starter generator and put that positive clamp on the starter and hopefully get a better connection and go from there. Okay, so I got the engine actually taken out of the hydro because it was too much work actually pulling the battery tray out, so I just kind of just took the entire engine out and then I took the battery tray out, so it's right there. And then I got the actual tractor that engine's going to go in, and since that hydro is going to get a Briggs, I'm like, well, I'll just pull that engine out completely and then it'll end up in here. So the plan is with this tractor, it's a 67 Suburban 10. It's going to get that style of front grille and of course the right hood for it. I've made these floorboards a long time ago and they sat around and never put on nothing. So I have this little bracket going right here that you drill a hole on the frame right here, and then it makes it so you can put this style of floorboard on there to replace this little footrest like that. So it's going to get turned into a Super 12 Special. I already have one of those, and I can show you that. So the other Super 12 Special is right here. So this is actually a 71 Suburban 12. So it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to look just like that. Except it got changed into this because I already had a Suburban 12. And I got changed into this, kind of repainted to this. And this is going to get repainted back to the way it was when I first got it. And then of course, like the hood inserts and stuff like that is going to come off of this one and go on this other tractor. It'll get an original Tecumseh, I hope. So then that way it seems all correct on how it's supposed to be. I changed out the front tires already. Maybe I'll shut this off because this is kind of annoying when the camera's on. So it had those front tires on it, one's fat and one's kind of skinny. And I had some tires from a wheel horse tractor that you would have saw in the video when I got these tractors. I put them on the original front spindles and I realized they were about an inch or so too wide. So I got thinking and I'm like, oh, I got some yellow spindles that came with the tractors. So I went and I grabbed those and they actually fit. So I put just a bolt on the end to hold it on. And the old spindles are over here. Nothing wrong with them. They're just the newer tractors, because they have 3 different ways to put the tire on the newer ones. They're a little bit wider, so I was able to put those tires on there. I put an original Sears center cap on the steering wheel to make it all look original and nice. Need to go upstairs and get a seat spring because it's missing. So yeah, I'm going to come back when I get some more stuff done. Okay, so I got the new floorboards put on, and I got the hood put on. You'll probably recognize this hood off of that other one. But this is the same, or this is the original paint front grille. I just swapped out the insert with the headlights onto it. I kind of hammered the hood around the dash a little bit just to make it fit a little bit nicer. Sorry about the mess in the background. I didn't feel like picking it up right now, so anyway, I just thought I'd show you that before I got something going on with this engine. And in case you're wondering what that noise is, that's just the AC unit going because it's really hot today. So this engine, I got it firing last night, but the starter generator just can't turn it over very fast for some reason. So what I had to do is I actually put a drill on here and I spun it over with a drill. So I'm thinking it's a connection issue because this is loose. So that's probably got something to do with it. I mean, it could even be a bad ground too. So I'm gonna actually end up bolting this back into that orange tractor and figuring out exactly what's going on. And I'll come back. Okay, so as you can see, I got the engine installed. I had to use the jumper cables over there with the battery, and it actually did start and it did run. Had it running for about 30 seconds and then just decided to shut it off because it doesn't have a whole lot of oil in it, and why keep it running was because there's nothing here to actually reason to keep it running, so I shut it off. So next thing to do is to actually hook all the wiring up. So I'm going to do that and come back once as the battery tray and stuff is in. Okay, so quite a bit of stuff has happened since last time I had the camera on. So I got the Super 12, what you would think would be all done, except that engine that's in there is just a complete piece of junk. I spent probably half a day just trying to get it running, and I still really haven't gotten it running. So I will try to start it. It does that. Even in the fuel tank in the air, it still doesn't. Full throttle. It'll pretty much do that no matter what. It'll run good for a little bit and then just completely stalls. Gotta constantly mess with the carburetor. I give up. I'm done. Anyway, so that's it on that one. So that's pretty much going to just get the battery pulled out. And then all the wiring and everything is going to get yanked out eventually. And then I'll probably end up putting something else in this because that engine just sucks. One thing no, I'm not even going to do that either. I was almost going to say pull the engine out of the other tractor that I have that has the same engine, but I'm not even going to do that. So I never really liked the HH100s and HH120s. Normally I don't even bother with them, but I guess I know now to continue not to bother with them. Close this. I guess you already saw it with the hood closed, but aluminum welded the bottom there. It doesn't look the greatest, but it's holding. It's holding pretty good. Got the hood tie down, or the hood support. This is the one off that hydro. Had, since it was busted off there, I drilled another hole with the carriage bolt there. Seems to be holding. Put this bigger steering wheel on here just because it's got bigger tires and everything. It'd be nice to have a little bit larger steering wheel. And it steers super easy. But of course, there's no engine in there yet, so it's going to steer easy. And for the clutch, I had to do something custom completely because this was missing a clutch. So I took the original battery tray, and before you guys get mad at me for doing this, I have probably about 2 dozen of these battery trays laying around, so if I ruin one, it's whatever. So that's the part where the gas tank would have been, and then this is the lower part. So I cut that completely off, and then this will actually fit really nice, about like that. And that'll pretty much work as the battery tray. That'll get welded to the frame. And then, so that'll pretty much go like that. You're looking at it straight in the tractor here. I'll actually show it to you. But like that, we'll just say. And then this is a brand new clutch thing that was actually cut out of a piece of metal. And then that tab was bent. And then that'll just go something like that. And there's the clutch. These two pieces here will probably get chopped off just so everything kind of lines up. So yeah, that's it for this video. And right at the end of this video, right as I'm done talking, I'm going to show you a video of the SS14 running off a starting fluid.